Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
Hi. So, Nicole, please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Okay, so my name's Nicole Reid. Um, Basically, I put on workshops regarding flowing in our authenticity. So we're looking at things like what makes us women, looking at different areas, family life, spiritual life, um, self-development, your finances, a whole everything that makes us a woman, the whole picture, not just one area that you're focusing on, because obviously it takes different elements and different aspects of us being a woman and also living a life that is purposeful.
Mm.
So I put on a lot of workshops just um, looking into these areas and finding out, challenging ourselves. Are we living a life of purpose? Are we doing the things that bring us joy, or are we doing what society says that we should be doing? Because I feel a lot of the times we do a lot of things to fit into society or please other people, and at the end of the day, it's about our own happiness and what brings us joy.
Mm. Okay, that sounds great. So, Nicole, tell me a little bit about the workshop that you're going to be delivering at Awaken the Goddess this year.
So the workshop that I'm going to be delivering again is called Flowing in Your Authenticity, where we'll look at your life as a whole. Again, the different aspects and what's important to you. No one life is the same. There may be things that are important to me, for example, family life, that may not have so much priority as other people. So it's just looking at the various aspects and kind of giving it a score where you currently are, and finding out what things you'd like to do to make it maybe like 10 out of 10, for example. So just looking at those different aspects and kind of creating some visuals to go with it, because I know sometimes just writing things down is great, but a lot of other people learn differently. So having a visual to kind of remember what our goals are, and every day questioning what am I doing to get closer to these goals to make my life better than what it is, or more enjoyable than it is.
Mm. I really like that, making it 10 out of 10. That's a lovely way of thinking of it. So, Nicole, tell me how you got into this work.
Well, yeah, so for me, I had a big transition 2 years ago. I went through a divorce, and for a lot of the time, I was in denial, and I was saying, yeah, I'm fine, I'm good. I was going to work, looking after the kids. I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating properly. And it came to a point where I had stroke-like symptoms in my right arm. So I was signed off work for 5 months. And in this 5 months, I was kind of forced to, come to terms with what was happening and give myself the time to grieve and, cry, because I wasn't even crying at this point. And it was through this time of being off work, I kind of thought to myself, well, regardless of if this, divorce and my arm, the numbness in my arm had happened, what am I really doing with my life? Am I enjoying my life? Am I doing the things that, make me happy? And I kind of realized that along the way, I had forgotten about Nicole. Yes, I was a mother, and yes, I was, working in childcare, all of these other roles that we have, but who was Nicole? I really forgot about myself. So in this time when I was off, I created a vision book, similar to a vision board, but I could carry it around with me. And I had one page for each area of my life. And I kind of set some goals, and not just goals of things that I wanted to achieve, but places that I wanted to visit, like going on a steam train, or, taking a bus to an area that I didn't know, just doing these things and going to art galleries. And I started, writing them down and actually doing them.
Mm.
And people would ask me on the bus, oh, what's that book that you've got? What's that? So I was just talking about vision boards and vision books, and a lot of people were saying, well, when's the workshop? And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't really have any plans beyond my healing, it was for me. And then also, I kind of was writing a diary about how I felt, and this in turn turned into a book. And again, I had no plans. It was just, to help me heal. But so many people had, you know, started talking to me about what they've gone through, or they wish there was a book or a way that they could move forward from, you know, going through a divorce, or just, you know, reassessing your life and where you're at, what you're doing at your current time. So for me, it's like a self-development thing for me, but not just for me. There's so much other women who have or have not gone through divorce, but they just at a point in their life where they're reflecting, what am I really doing? Am I happy? Am I doing things for me? So that's how I've kind of fallen into doing the workshops and, you know, women's empowerment and women's empowerment groups and things like that. So yeah, that's where I started. So not very long, about in the last 2 years, I'll say,
Yeah.
I've just started on this new journey.
Yeah, that's amazing how something, because you know, unless you've been through a divorce, you don't really realize how bad it is. I got divorced when I was in my 20s, and you know, it's just when you come from a place that's really painful, and then you grow something like what you've grown out of that. That's just really wonderful, isn't it?
Exactly. And even for me, just talking to you now, I was quite a private person. Even like to my mom and my sisters, I was saying, yeah, I'm fine, because I had to be strong for them. But for me, just sharing with other people, this is what I've gone through. And yes, in those times I thought I'd never make it out. But look at me now. I'm, you know, talking about and sharing and allowing other people to share their experiences and just having that open conversation, because I think a lot of the time people kind of don't want to talk about it, but it's something that needs to be talked about. And, you know, for us to be able to get through it, we have to come to terms with it in whatever way. But it's always a process, it's not an overnight thing. But as long as we're moving forward, then we will get there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to your workshop, actually. It sounds really good because you can actually take something away with you. You know, you've it's tailored so specifically to every single person that comes there, and they're taking something away with them that's just for them, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
very
no, it's
true.
going to be
And
really great.
it's flexible as well, because like you say, you might have some goals in mind, but when you actually sit down and break that goal down, like why you want to achieve this goal, you might think, well, maybe that's not really something that I want to do. So
Mhm.
for me, I had a lot of goals that, you know, I wanted to be doing the 9 to 5 and, you know, this and that and earning a certain amount of money, but it's not even about the money, it's about doing something that you enjoy so it doesn't seem like work. So
Mm.
now in my mind, I'm like, I want to be doing this full time rather than, you know, the 9 to 5 job that everybody says that you should have. I want to just be
Yeah,
doing something that I enjoy, and I guess the money will come later, but it's
absolutely.
about finding that balance, I think.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're absolutely right, Nicole. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thanks very much.
Bye.